we are. So it's 3 a.m. I got some very sporadic sleep, and so I'm gonna drink my morning tea while maybe painting some stuff, and we're gonna talk about stuff that's been happening in the hobby as of late. So just a quick update. I'm okay. Been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm alive. Just haven't been streaming because I haven't been feeling great. You know? So, yeah. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. The last short I produced didn't do that great, and did decently well for the channel, but that's not the reason I've been depressed. It's a long story and I don't want to get into it. But, got my vanilla caramel tea with milk, and we're just gonna sip it and talk about the hobby. Yesterday was War Machine Wednesday, as it always is. And during War Machine Wednesday, we all updated our apps, and that was good. Let me raise my volume a little bit. There we go. War Machine Wednesday went rather well. As we can expect. I've been noticing a little bit of dissatisfaction within the Discord for Steamforged games. There are a lot of opinions about where the game should go and what Steamforged should do, and a little bit of upsetty spaghetti about the general vibe right now. People aren't happy, I guess is the way to put it. The reason people aren't happy is because it's a lot of change very short time. There's also the fact that some armies were pushed back, and some armies might not even come out at all in the next year, and people are upset about that, and they have every right to be upset about that, because while Privateer Press was a shit show of a company, they were trying to keep commitments, and that's what Steamforged is trying to do as well, try to keep the Privateer Press commitments, but I don't know if they have everything in line right now to keep up with the timing of all those commitments. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but things are running a little bit behind and people aren't happy, as they always get. Maybe I'm talking out my ass, but I just see everybody's posts in the War Machine section, and they all get really ass bad. And I don't care if some armies run behind schedule or if we don't see things right away, because I understand that this is a major acquisition for Steamforged, and they got to get the supply line unfucked how Privateer Press fucked it. And what that ultimately means is it's going to take some time for stuff to come out. We're still getting the 2-player battle box as of right now at the end of the year. It'll be in hard plastic, and they're still working out the supply line for that, and that's just how it has to be for now. And I don't think that... Hi, buddy. I don't think that trying to rush things or bitching about it is going to do any good, because these things take time. It's going to take time. We need to be patient with Steamforged, because otherwise, like, what even benefit do they have if all we're going to do is be angry 24/7, you know? My cats are starting to fight. Fucking fantastic. It's not always negative all the time, you know? Like, I see a lot of posts there every day. I check it fairly frequently. And, people are trying to be positive. People are painting stuff, people are making videos, people are sharing news, sharing what's going on with the app every Wednesday. And there is a large chunk of people who are very excited for War Machine's future. And I just hope that outnumbers the growing, not dissidence, but the growing dissatisfaction with something that ultimately has only been a thing for 4 weeks. We've only known for 4 weeks the Privateer Press was going to get War Machine bought out from under them by Steamforged of all people. And no one really expected that. I don't think anyone really expected that at the time. And so we, like I keep saying, have to be patient and see where things are going to go and be upset when they don't deliver on promises. When they don't deliver on promises. Not necessarily saying that they're gonna not deliver on promises. That's not what I'm going for here. But save your disappointment for when they've broken promises, which they haven't so far. They are updating the app. They're giving us new lore. They are trying their damnedest to get stuff out there, to reach out to everybody. And while last week I did mention that they hadn't reached out to my store, I feel like it's only a matter of time. Or maybe it's not. And I don't know for sure. And I'll save my upsetness for when and if that is the case. Because just getting mad isn't gonna do anything. It's like, why haven't you contacted my various stores here in Lafayette, Indiana, of all fucking places, the Midwest, the taint hole of the world? The absolute ass crack of the Midwest. And what am I supposed to do? Just bitch about it? Like, there's no point. I just have to hope against hope that they're actually going to do what they're saying and reach out to the stores. Because, how do I put this in a polite way? The stores here in Lafayette supported Mark III and Brawl Machine longer than they had to. Hold on. I will shake a bag at you. Mika. They're angry because it's almost food time. They start fighting when it's near food time. They're hungry. But anyway, I'll wet this a little bit and try to work it out. It's stiff. But ultimately, while I'm disappointed with how things have gone so far, I can only really say that it's only been 4 weeks. You can't fix something that it was as fucked as War Machine Mark IV in 4 weeks. It takes a lot longer than that. And while my shop is dissatisfied, there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is support my shop and buy out all their Mark III and older stuff. Which I have been. I'm working on that. I go back tomorrow and get a quote on some stuff. And I'm excited. And I will continue to support my store and maybe give them a reason to order some Mark IV stuff if and when Steamforged reaches out to them and goes, hey, we want to sell our Mark IV through you. Will you do it? And my store has every right to say no. Absolutely, you know? Check state between streams. Aight, good. No, my friends are just worried about me. I've had a rough little while. But yeah. 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 Let's move on to Warhammer, because obviously we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Several elephants in the room. We're going to talk about Warhammer now, because it's probably what most people want to hear about. Warhammer, we've got two different things we can talk about. We can start with Age of Sigmar, Age of Sigmar 4th edition. And all I'm going to say is I have heard jack shit about it since Scaventide dropped, or hasn't dropped. I haven't heard whether or not people like the rules. I haven't heard whether or not it's better. And that's all I know. I can only keep up with so much in the hobby space at a time. What I'd rather talk about, and even though I don't want to talk about Warhammer at all, this is the important thing to talk about. The data slate. Ooh, man, the data slate. Like, holy shit, dude. Edition 10.5 of Warhammer 40k, my man. Oh, God. What a disaster. It's so unlike Games Workshop to drop something like that in the middle of an edition. It's almost like they wanted to move to 11th, but they decided, nah, we gonna ride this for a little bit. Let's just change all the rules instead. Like, my God. I've got this Recruit edition, and I still don't want to build it at the moment, because I want a stable edition. Plus, I don't want to buy books. I don't want to buy a Necron index or a codex. I don't even know if there is a Necron codex. What a disaster. I've got a Dreadnought too I need to build, and some Age of Sigmar in that box, but it is what it is. Anyway, I've got some Stormcast Eternals, a duo of them in a box that I need to build. Seems like a good time to get into Age of Sigmar, with the 4th edition being right here, you know. I just don't know anyone who plays it, you know. It sucks that I've lost track with most of the other hobby shops in the area. I don't go to Tier 1, I stopped going to Sage's, and it's mainly because Castle is so close. Yeah, like, it's literally like a 2-minute drive from me, and that's a better drive than most other places around here. I live next to Purdue, so traffic ain't great. And I don't want to drive through Purdue to get to Sage's. I don't want to go downtown to get to Tier 1 or any other game store. I would much rather just take a couple streets over and get to Castle. The Castle doesn't really currently have a presence for like wargaming. It's mostly cards right now. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I want to play their Digimon leagues. I just haven't built a deck in fucking a year. I'm behind on card releases. And the card packs my girlfriend bought for me, I'm waiting for her to get home from her internship to open. So, there's that. But goddamn Age of Sigmar. Skaven are finally getting new molds, which makes me happy, because the rat guys are cool. Rats, we're rats. We are the rats. We play at night. We stalk at night. We're the rats. Anyway, I'm glad Skaven are getting their time in the limelight. You'd think they would have done it sooner given the success of Vermintide 2, but I guess, you know, James Workshop making good decisions is not very common. God, I'm putting my tea over here because now I can paint. Well, here's a little thing that I have a problem with. I got my Mark IV army for Khador, right? And it was shipped to me, and one mini fell off my table, disappeared, broke off of this stand, disappeared. And I'm still looking for it, and I'm pissed off about that because I had a 100-point army ready to go. Now I just proxy something in, which is great. I should have talked about that during the Warhammer section, War Machine section. My bad. But yeah, Age of Sigmar, looking pretty interesting. I kind of don't care. I care a little bit just because some cool models are coming out of it. I want some goblins because I like goblins. I don't think there are any goblins being produced right now, but I do want them goblins. I love them goblins. Goblin these nuts. Jot 'em. What else? What else is going on wargaming right now? I don't really know. I'm kinda on the outside right now. I've been watching a lot of videos on it. I know Turnip 28 is doing pretty good right now. People are really turning on to Turnip 28 and Trench Crusade. And to me, that is freaking awesome. I just downloaded the Turnip 28 rules, and it looks pretty fun. And I watched the Alpha Busa narrative battle game report, and it was a trip. It was indeed a trip. I have no idea how to describe it other than a trip down some scary places. I'm really excited that a little indie game focused on 3D printing is doing well right now and getting all the love it deserves, because honestly, we need more little guys in the tabletop gaming industry. Maybe not from the perspective of constant releases of board games. That one's a little too far right now, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But like in wargaming, it's nice to have options that aren't Warhammer, and I know we have plenty of options that aren't Warhammer. I want a successful I want a successful wargame that's not Warhammer, and I don't have it in my main wargame right now. At least for now. But yeah. I don't want to paint this guy. I wanted to go for some skin tones. I'll wait to do that one tomorrow. And this one. I'm still waiting on my paint to get here. Maybe I'll paint this guy some red. Break out the dry palette. Get some red on this man. Get some red on this man's. God damn it. Where's my red? Where'd my red go? Is this it? Yeah, here it is. My dry palette is a fucking mess. I need to clean it. Where's my painting handle now I think about it? This will make this significantly easier. Oh, by the way, I moved my framing around a little bit so that you could actually see what I'm doing. This brush is a little big for what I'm doing, I think. I don't even think this guy is Kador, but I like the red color on him. That's good for a start. Perhaps his hat too. But we're gonna switch to a smaller brush for that. Small synthetic. I've been watching a lot of Tabletop Minions, and his advice is actually very useful for speed paints. You need to wet your brush between minis, which should be obvious, but it's a lot more than you think you need to. Honestly, every couple of layers you should wet your brush. I don't have any paper towel over here. That sucks. But the speed paint gets really stuck in your brush, and the farther you push it up, the worse it gets. This brush is already falling apart. Let's get a little leather in here. Hardened leather for the pick a new brush. This one will work. For his pouches. And for his pants. Some hardened leather in on there. His boots can be silver, I think. Get this belt too. Get the sheath. Get his belt too. Okay. Strap. Okay. Get some red back on the brush. Get in here and I fucked up. Okay, that was good. I just went full throttle in on that. There we go. That's good. Let's get a little bit of Gravelord Gray in here. I think I'm just gonna go for a general gray on his sword. Get some more gray and just slather it on his chest. I don't really have a good silver. Should probably pick up one of the Fanatic silvers. Let that dry. I'll finish this mini tomorrow. Unless you think Crusader skin would go well on this one. That reminds me, I got a little bit more gray to do on his armor over here. I really need a Fanatic silver. Could go for a stronger silver. I have one, I just don't like it. It's a little too... We'll go for a metallic black, actually. I think I can make that work better. Wool. Just a drop. It's a mighty drop. God damn it. More like a glaze. We'll see how it looks when it dries off. I diluted it up quite a bit. But it's metallic, alright. Yeah, more of a black glaze-ish. Kind of like Null Oil, I think. We'll see how that turns out. I'll get his skin tones tomorrow. If my paint comes in, at least. Let's see, what else do I want to do? That's pretty good. It was an unplanned stream. Fairly meant to be. Mostly talk on hobby spaces. You know? This one's not even primed. I can't even do the ones that aren't primed. Could do this one. This one's fairly large. Brush this on, see how it looks tomorrow. This isn't doing anything, I don't think, and I've already run out of black. Alright. Quit fucking it up. Alright guys, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna get on with my morning. And you guys have a great day and try not to lose sleep over anything.